Hey, you! Yeah, you! I know why you clicked on this video. It looked interesting to you. Or you were bored and you just wanted to roast me. But either way, this is if I gave every protagonist a Pokemon team, which actually would be my team if I played Pokemon games. And we'll be doing all 9 regions, plus Stewie. The way this will work is I'll be giving every region the starter as usual, plus the pseudo, and then whatever else I feel like would fit in. And there's going to be no type overlaps because that just bothers me too much. But there will be honorable mentions and why I didn't include them. Without further ado, let's get into the video. First up, we have the first region ever introduced, Kanto. For the starter, I'm going to give it Blastoise because it's like one of the only few water types in Kanto, and I think it'd be one of the best. Next is Arcanine because it's like a solid actual fire type and it's one of my favorites. Next is Alakazam because in Gen 1 Psychic was overpowered. So I'm gonna have an Alakazam on my team. Next one is a fan favorite, that being Gengar. Oh, wait a second, I just looked at the team I gave Kanto and I realized I screwed up. So just replace the Blastoise with the Venusaur, and then for the water type just throw in a Cloyster. Now that we have that out of the way, the last Pokemon is just going to be the Pseudo Dragonite. Alright, time for Johto, and you know who the starter is going to be. It's the final evolution of my profile picture, Typhlosion. Johto is probably my favorite region, so most of these Pokemon are my favorites besides one. But yeah, the next Pokemon's Quagsire. I mean, he's derpy and he has a really good typing. Okay, the rest of these are Pokemon that I'm only going to put on the team to avoid type overlap and because they're cool. Those are Ampharos, Scizor, and Natu. The next ones, you guessed it, the Pseudo. Can I get a round of applause for the one, the only, T-Tar? Okay, next is Hoenn. And Hoenn's kind of confusing because it brought in 2 Pseudos. So I think I'm going to do the Pseudo first so I can get that out of the way. And the Pseudos would either have to be Salamence or Metagross. Something about me, I like the more unique Pokemon. For example, the first stages of the Unova monkeys, I like those. So since I like the more unique Pokemon and I don't like how every Pseudo is Dragon type, I'm going to give the Hoenn protagonist, which is me, Metagross. Now we got that out of the way, let's give the Hoenn protagonist his starter. Ugh, I feel a little hyper, so I'm gonna give you the whole Hoenn protagonist's team in one go, meaning one breath. Okay, let's do it. Starter Blaziken, followed by Ludicolo, Gardevoir, Flygon, Castform, and, the pseudo Metagross. Wait, I just realized I screwed up again. Gardevoir and Metagross both have the psychic type, and I'm not okay with the type overlap. But since this is like an OP team, I'm gonna be okay with it. Just this once. Just this once. Okay, time for the region that introduced my least favorite Pokemon. But yeah, besides that, here's the Sinnoh team. I'm gonna do the same thing I did with the Hoenn team and just give it to you all at once, besides one Pokemon. Okay, starter Empoleon. Next Pokemon, Staraptor, Luxray, Weavile, and the pseudo being Garchomp. Okay, the one Pokemon I didn't give you is this. Glade or Lucario. I like them both really much, but I think I have to go with Glade, even though you can get the Johnson really late, because Lucario overlaps with Empoleon. Alright, time to move on to the region that I see get the most hate, being Unova. A little crazy with the last two, going like super fast, giving you all of it. So I think I'm going to slow down for this one. So the starter for Unova is going to be Samurott, followed by Gigalith, Lilligant, Darmanitan, because like 2 years ago, I loved Darmanitan so much, I started walking around my house going, Darmanitan, on all 4, followed by Gorlurk, and then the pseudo, which is so annoying to evolve, because I play a certain game, Hydreigon. From one of the most hated regions to one of the most loved, we've got Kalos. And being me, I hate overrated things, but Kalos, Greninja is the only good starter. Dolphox, I despise. Go watch my tier list video if you haven't. It just creeps me out. And Chestnut, I don't know what to do with him. Coolidin, I do not want to see that thing ever. Get that thing out of my face. So the obvious choice for the starter is Greninja. Then the casual Talonflame, Aegislash. And then the Heliotile, Go-Go, and Goodra. Alright, so it's time for Alola, the region that changed everything. And I'm just gonna go through this one without any explanation because it's Alola. There's really nothing to do. So, starter Decidueye, any form of Lincoln Rock you want. Salazzle, Glacepod, because Glacepod, you can't tell me. Besides Scizor, it's one of the sickest bug types to ever exist. And then Mimikyu, because why not? And then the pseudo Jmo-O, or not Jmo-O, Kamo-O. Okay, time for one of my favorite regions. Because of the Pokemon, not the story. I watched a lot of playthroughs of Galar, and the story was, if I had to rate it out of 10, I'd give it a 4. Sure, it's cool and all, but, like, it wasn't that good. But, never mind the point. Here's the team I give Galar. I'm gonna go through this team as fast as I can say Cinderace, because that's the starter. So I didn't do this with Kalos, because there's no Pokemon on that team that could Mega Evolve. But I'm gonna do it with Galar, because Toxtricity's on the team, and he's Dynamaxing. Then it's your usual Corviknight, Phalanx, Dreadnought, and the pseudo being my second favorite, right behind Goodra, Dragapult. Alright, time for my third favorite region, Paldea. I like Skillagers a little more, but just for the sake of this video, I'm going with Meowscarada, and then it's my boy, Garganacl, one of the best Pokemon. He's like my fifth favorite. I love him. And then what I replaced Skillagers with, Armarouge, and then the big, fat, electric Belly Bolt. And then we got Tinkaton, and then the pseudo, Excalibur. Alright, time for the bonus region. Then we go on to, well, what I would call the honor rolls. Alright, for the bonus round, I'm literally just going to speed through this because I do not care. I just want to get this one over. Okay, so we have Hisuian Decidueye as a starter, Ursaluna, Hisuian Voltorb, or Electrode, either one, Hisuian Arcanine, Basculegion, and then Hisuian Goodra. Alright, time for all the Pokemon that I thought I wanted, but I kind of couldn't really put them in. First off, we have Gen 1, and that would be Gyarados, because it wouldn't fit because of the Cloyster and the overlap with Dragonite's flying type. Next would be Togetic, plus Annihilate, and then, Lucario. And then there's just a few more, but they're not really important. Hey, subscribe. Well, that's it for me. Pixel out. See you guys in the next video.